Okay, may tanong si Ma'am Rosana Montesan, sabi niya, where is Ko talaga? Ano po ang totoo sa kanya? Bakit need pa siya puntahan ng mga opisyales? This question now brings us to the next topic. Bakit ganun yung comms ng gobyerno? Lalong-lalo na pagdating dito sa kay Zaldico. Hi, Eric. Eric Florentino is here. Hi. Sasabi ni Ma'am Rosana, tama yung mga tanong niya, where is Ko? Ano po ang totoo sa kanya? Bakit need pa siya puntahan ng mga opisyales? Now, here's what happened. What clearly happened, di ba? The president made a premature announcement na nahuli na daw si Zaldico, implying that he had been arrested and that Philippine officials were on their way to the Czech Republic to take him home to face the music, so to speak. That wasn't exactly true. So what appears to have happened is that Czech authorities informed the embassy in their area that Mr. Ko had documentation issues on his travel documents. It could have been that, we're not sure what the irregularity or what it is that they spotted and ultimately held him for a while. Maliwanag lang ay sabi nila, ito ay ukol sa immigration. So, ibig sabihin yung travel documents niya. The Philippines, or at least the president, misinterpreted this to indicate that he had been detained. Well, you can be detained for temporarily for an immigrations issue, but diba? But it appears that this was not the case. Siguro tinigil, inexamine, they held him for a few hours to determine kung ano yung mga irregularities, or if there were any irregularities, and if he could explain these. Apparently, after a few hours, he was released. Agent Codex says, I feel like VP Sara is what's keeping BBM in position. Get rid of VP Sara, BBM will be in a bad spot. Oh, sure. That's really easier said than done. The vice president has a mandate of 32 million. So, parang how nonchalant. Di tanggalin si vice president, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not automatic. When you lose a vice president, do you lose the president in return? No. To remove him from office, it will still require an impeachment. So how does that make things any more difficult or even easier? But nakalagay po sa paper na unbailable dun sa post ng attorney ni Sir J. What is the charge? Kung libel, that's bailable. So kung nagkamali, kasi nagre-recommend yan is the prosecutor. But if it is something like that, it is a bailable crime, then Sir J can have his counsel take the necessary remedies in court. Hindi po, that will have to be argued in court. Sabi ni Ma'am Amy or Jalisa, masyadong busy ang mga politiko sa impeachment, never mind the people are struggling, yung issue sa Meralco, ano ba yan? Wala nang good news from government. Good evening. Pwede po ba pa-clarify, di ba po nag-vote na sila nung nakaraan regarding sa impeachment na sufficient in substance na po? Bakit parang inuulit-ulit sa last hearing nila ng vote uli? The vote for this time around is for determination of probable cause. Sabi ni Perlito, 2 birds with 1 stone ang B-admin sa masamang plano nila sa impeachment at ilayo sa issues ang failure ng BBM admin sa governance at total accountability sa graft and corruption. It's a good observation. Let me see. Sabi ni Nock, best example dyan yung COA commissioner na may asawang nakinabang sa government projects. Amazing Meow says, love na love po namin ang DDS supporters. Sabi ni Lucky 47 Shop, grabe mainstream, wala nang ibang balita kundi Duterte. Sabi ni Boss M, galit na ang taong bayan. Makaka-vote ba si Senator Bato kahit wala siya sa Senate? It depends on the rules of the Senate. But from what I understand, you can't vote if you're not present. But that can also be discussed prior to the vote there. The Senate can set its own rules and they can set rules for the conduct of the impeachment. So pwede nilang iset yung rule and until they do so, we won't know. Pwede bang magamit yung exception ng law sa AMLC sa impeachment hearing? If the defense would like to exclude the evidence provided by the AMLC, particularly the ones that were read out in the Committee on Justice, they can try, yes. Sabi ni Ms. Moody, pagdalhin nila sa plenaryo yung impeachment na mag-vote naman lahat ng Congress. Two filed cases pa rin po ba yun? According to the Committee on Justice, they're consolidating. O gagawin na lang nilang isahan. So isa na lang. Di po iba-iba yung author ng dalawa. Regardless, it can be consolidated. Cyber libel po ba, attorney, can bail? Yes, it is bailable. No. Sabi ni Joselito, may possibility po ba na lahat ng may position sa government kapag naging presidente si VP open to public? What do you mean open to public? Ang ano po? Lahat ng may position? What do you mean open to public? May right to privacy, ha? Obligado po ba ang kampo ni Manscarpio na bigyan ng warning ang committee about opening tax returns? No, but it's not illegal to do that either. Okay, may tanong si Ma'am Rosana Montesan, sabi niya, where is ko talaga? Ano po ang totoo sa kanya? Bakit need pa siya puntahan ng mga opisyales? This question now brings us to the next topic. Bakit ganun yung comms ng gobyerno? Lalong-lalo na pagdating dito sa kay Zaldico. Hi, Eric. Eric Florentino is here. Hi. Sasabi ni Ma'am Rosana, tama yung mga tanong niya, where is ko? Ano po ang totoo sa kanya? Bakit need pa siya puntahan ng mga opisyales? Now, here's what happened. What clearly happened, di ba? The president made a premature announcement na nahuli na daw si Zaldico, implying that he had been arrested and that Philippine officials were on their way to the Czech Republic to take him home to face the music, so to speak. That wasn't exactly true. So what appears to have happened is that Czech authorities informed the embassy in their area that Mr. Ko had documentation issues on his travel documents. It could have been that, we're not sure what the irregularity or what it is that they spotted and ultimately held him for a while. Maliwanag lang ay sabi nila, ito ay ukol sa immigration. So, ibig sabihin yung travel documents niya. The Philippines, or at least the president, misinterpreted this to indicate that he had been detained. Well, you can be detained for temporarily for an immigrations issue, but diba? But it appears that this was not the case. Siguro tinigil, in-examine, they held him for a few hours to determine kung ano yung mga irregularities or if there were any irregularities and if he could explain this. Apparently, after a few hours, he was released. Now, the comedy came after that. Biglang tumahimik ang presidente. Walang indication na meron talagang na-detain. There were no reports, no nothing. And it was a deafening silence. Ultimately, pumunta ang ilang mga opisyales ng Department of Justice and they took so many words to say that Zaldico is not detained and is in fact free. And they don't know where he is. But there's a report indicating that he applied for asylum in France, possibly his port of entry. What was telling here talaga was the DOJ. We have determined that Zaldico is not detained. So is he free? He is not detained. He's free. He has not been arrested. So he is free. He is free. So why was this entire conversation necessary? The DOJ officials were very hesitant to say that Zaldico is free because the president, no less, announced his arrest or his detention. Diba? Kaloka, ano yun? And here's what's even more interesting. To this day, nobody is explaining. They left the explanations to Undersecretary Claire Castro, who did not apparently do a very good job. She insisted that the president did nothing wrong. And that was harder for people to take or to understand. She could have simply said, I, as Undersecretary of the PCO, apologize for the apparent confusion. The president was misinformed, or the president was misinformed by some of my colleagues in the PCO, and he was not able to clarify that. I am here to clarify or to make it clear that Mr. Ko has not been arrested, nor was he detained beyond periods that would lead us to believe that he is facing any charges. Tapos. They could just say it was a mistake. People make mistakes all the time. What was wrong with simply saying nagkamali kami? In their excitement, ayan, it's more like it wasn't that Zaldico was not arrested. It wasn't just that Zaldico was not arrested. They wanted him to be arrested. But wanting and being arrested are two different things. Sabi ni Wenwen, and this I disagree with, attorney, hindi apparent confusion yun, malinaw siyang may miscommunication. What do you understand about the word apparent? Diba? Yun yung observable. Nakikita na may confusion. So, and what is the confusion? Is that not a result of miscommunication? Sabi ni San, no offense to Auntie Claire, pero grabe ang pangit ng sagot ni Auntie doon. Sobrang labo talaga. Ayaw tanggapin ang pagkakamali ng admin na ito. Well, for me, they should learn as they expect. Di ba? Parang ganun eh. Ang nangyayari is that they don't want to apologize even if it is clear that they made a mistake. And what is wrong with admitting to making a mistake? They are also very impatient with mistakes made in social media. Somebody makes a mistake, posts something, and then, di ba? There are things like honest mistakes. So what is wrong with honest mistakes? They want every mistake to count as a crime when it is ordinary people like us. But when it is the president can do no wrong. But the president can also be liable when he is no longer president for violation of Article 154, their favorite charge on bloggers and people who post on the internet. Unlawful use of means of publication or unlawful utterances. Ang hilig nila sa ganyan. Pag ordinaryong mamamayan, charge yan sa NBI. NBI investigates. Pag presidente, no, the president can do no wrong. Kahit mali yung sinabi ng presidente, hindi siya nagkamali. Daniel says, Boying Remulla filed the case. Okay, I'm just reading this even if it is not related to the actual topic that we're talking about. But sige. Boying Remulla filed the case against Martin and Cheese using the testimonies of Orly Gutesa and two Marines of the original, 16. Okay. Does this mean Gutesa and all Marines are telling the truth? No. No. It means that the ombudsman can no longer contest the truth or falsity of these affidavits because they are attesting to its truth. But truth or not truth will be determined in court. That's why it's called a trial. A trial is a test. You test the allegations. You test the evidence in court. So it is not automatic that just because the ombudsman used it is that it is true. Tayo, we find it credible. But now, the ombudsman can no longer contest that if they say in this particular case, ginagamit nila yung affidavits ni Gutesa to state that they support, this affidavit supports the allegations against Martin Romualdez and Cheese Escudero. Ang mangyayari is hindi na pwede, kumbaga, precluded na ang ombudsman from contesting their own evidence. Sabi ni Grace, kung mapupunta sa Senate ang case, a-attend po ba si VP? That will be her choice. Unless the Senate creates a rule. May effect pa ba ang TRO na final sa Supreme Court? Since tapos na mag-hearing ang Justice Committee? Okay. What is the rule on mootness? Ang sinasabi mo kasi baka moot and academic na mag-issue ng TRO. Possibly yung TRO. But the court can still make a decision because this is one of the exceptions to the moot and academic rule. That something like this, itong nangyari sa Committee on Justice, is capable of repetition yet evading review. Sabi ng Korte Suprema, even if moot na yan, o sige, natapos na yung sa Committee on Justice, they issued the subpoenas, they dragged private information into the open inquiry. So the court can still make a decision, but obviously a TRO is no longer possible. I like this observation. Sabi ni It's Fudge, the people who say nahuli is not the are not the same. Nahuli is not the same as naaresto are the same people who said neutralize always means to unalive. Very interesting observation. Sabi ni Strictly under duress, are they basically tripping over themselves dahil sa mga nangyaring laglagan between BBM, OMB, and MR? Tingin nyo, we'll get to the point that MR would basically confess BBM's crimes? Didn't he already threaten that? Anti-bullying said, I saw desperation in their moves now. So dulang babuyin nila ang batas natin. Kahit yata sa demonyo, isasangla nila ang kaluluwa nila, makalusot lang. Sabi ni Ma'am Aimee, miscommunication is one of those, but the excitement from the president was unstoppable. It was good. Kind of good to see, ano? Sabi ni Gail, who apparently is trying to troll us, iyak mga bobo. Apparently Gail is looking in the mirror. So let's leave him to his devices. But I just really want to ask, Gail, why do you have a guy's picture? Sabi ni Don't Dream, It's Over. Kakaibang nilalang si BBM, high kasi siya, mag-isip kasi high siya. Okay. Sabi ni July, are we in silent martial law? Di ba sinabi, in-explain na natin, there's no such thing as silent martial law. Martial law is loud because it requires a proclamation by the president. So if you're claiming that it's, an undeclared martial law, or that the government is acting as if it is martial law, what do you mean by that? Are you saying that the military now acts as the law enforcers? So when you ask questions like this, please make sure that you understand the meaning of the term martial law. What does it mean? Or are you saying that this is like martial law President Marcos Sr. version? Sabi ni John Royce, possible kaya na may mga takuhan sila kokak overseas na nakakita kay Zaldico kaya nasabi ni B na nahuli na si Ko kaso failed attempt dahil naharang ng Czech authorities at nasalba si Ko. Actually, I do not encourage making up stories that are uncorroborated. So, you're asking posible ba? Alam nyo, in the universe, maraming posible. Pero unlikely. So I cannot even make a value judgment on possible kasi I don't see any evidence to that. You're interpreting the very, very few facts that we have and creating a story that I don't think is supported by the evidence. Thank you kay Simba. Nice. Sabi ni Guillermo, sa interview po ninyo kay Michael Poa, hirap magtanong lahat ng sagot sa tanong na execute niya ng maayos. What do you mean hirap magtanong? Hirap magtanong tapos sasabihin mo lahat ng sagot sa tanong. Na-execute niya ng maayos kaya no need na paulit-ulit na tanong. Sabi ni Zaimeth, if you were the first PH Republic 1899, would you still choose to establish a democratic government? What makes you think that it was a democratic government in 1899? Wasn't it a dictatorship? Really, it was a war. We were at war. Or at a revolution. It was revolutionary. What makes you think it was a democratic government? Sabi ni anti-bullying, since walang evidence about Zaldico, pwede kong pagdudahan na malakas ang amats niya o yun ang amats niya. I would say that there is more evidence to that than the other conclusion. Sabi ni Daniel, DOJ SEC went to The Hague to personally talk to Zaldico if really arrested para alukin na manahimik kapalit ng mga mas maraming maleta o mismong buhay niya. Unang-una, he was in the Czech Republic. There's no indication that Zaldico was in The Hague. Second, well, we don't know about the alok. We know that the alok was made to Martin Romualdez to settle the case. So, sabi ni user, I hope po pag nanalo si VP sa 2028, di po niya tatanggapin tong mga political butterflies sa party niya. Oh, I am confident. There might be certain exceptions depending on what they're going to do. Ms. Tess, nakita ko po, interview mo kay attorney po, napaka-elegante mo po, attorney. Oh, thank you. Baka ibig sabihin gaano po kuman kahirap ang tanong inasasagot ni attorney Poa. Sabi ni Laila, ay thank you kay Ma'am Laila HCV. Sabi ni Sante, in fairness, late ang mga trolls ngayon, ay dito sa kabila, sa Black App, ang dami nila, well, not naman dami, kasi usually it's a handful, meaning 5 or 6 at most. Di ba DFA ang unang makialam sa case ni Ko to inform the Philippine government on his whereabouts? Bakit DOJ ang nagpunta? At sabi, 60 people were with the DOJ secretary? That's interesting. I don't know about the 60 people, but the purpose of the DOJ was supposedly, well, to check if it is true. So, ewan ko nga, bakit DOJ SEC ang pumunta? Parang that kind of went overboard. But it's very, very interesting. Sabi ni It's Fudge, ina-address niya yung unusual troll. Sabi niya, Gail, our side has come so far to the point that we have elected the highest voted politician ever to be called Iyak and Bobo. That does not stop us from believing in VP and in making her president in 2028. Yeah, Gail, take that. Thank you. Sabi ni Baisel, yung mga envelope sa DepEd na pinamigay galing kay Kokak, binanggit yun ni VP doon sa video na galit siya. Sinabihan ni Kokak si VP na ibigay sa DepEd. May video pa yata ang hawak si VP. Sana na itago. Sabi ni Chris, failed yung pinalutang ni Ping Lacson na merong retired military junta. Wala nang pumansin sa kanya. Sabi ni Patato Tini, sabi daw ni Attorney Ed Chico, he just check in, then check out. Funny. We should bring back Attorney Ed. Attorney Ed should be a continuing guest host. Sabi ni Joselito, parang nagmumukhang na tayo, sutil Friday. Maraming posible, pero ang imposible, magpa-hair follicle test si Bongbong Marcos. Oh wait, let's clear something up. Thank you for reminding us. Ang daming nagsasabi na inutusan daw ng Korte Suprema na magpa-hair follicle test si BBM. That's not true. The petition that was filed by the United People's Initiative was, number one, to divulge the true state of health of the president, and number two, the true state of health with the true state of health with regard to his ano yun? I forgot the diverticulitis, and then the true state of whether or not he is taking illicit drugs. So there is nothing in the court's order to comment that says that the president is required to take a hair follicle drug test. Wala pa. Maghihiring pa. Or magpapalitan pa ng mga pleadings. Thank you kay Chris. Nagpadala siya ng pangkape. Thank you very much. Sabi ni Daniel, hindi kaya dahil sa sobrang high at B, yung taga-palasyo ay nag-hallucinate siya na nahuli si Saldi ko. Kaya bigla siyang nag-post sa social media nung napanaginipan niya. Well, that's interesting because, he has an entire team helping him in that side. I mean, he's not alone. Ibig sabihin, lahat yon hindi nila nahuli yung state of mental health niya. But that's interesting. Sabi ni John Ruiz, BPI denies document presented by Trillanes showing the bank transactions of VP. They're saying na hindi legitimate. By the way, that announcement is not real. We posted it and then we took it down because we could not find any supporting news items, any supporting indication that this was, this is real. So we took it down. So yung denial ng BPI, it's not true. Okay, it's not true yet. Or it's not true. As of this moment, it's not true. The initial announcement does not appear to have any basis. Sabi ni Jay, now the Solgen has responded sa petition ni na VP Indayat Attorney Torion. What's next? The comment, okay, the Solgen filed a comment. Okay, what the court will do is they'll look at all of the petition and then the comment, and then decide whether or not to give it due course. Ibig sabihin, magiging kaso na siya. It's not yet accepted, kumbaga, as a case as of now. So, pag binigyan niya ng due course, they can either ask for additional, either the filing of memoranda, or they can call for oral arguments. So, we will have to see. Does it bother you that you still introduce yourself as the former spokesperson? I never introduced myself as the former spokesperson. I was never the spokesperson of President Marcos. Does that answer your question? But he's asking, given that it associates you with this corrupt administration. Initially, it did, but unfortunately, it is a fact. I was press secretary in the Marcos administration. Nothing I do or say is going to change that fact. So it is up to everybody else to decide what their feelings are about that. I have none because it is an unassailable fact. One of the comments, interesting here, one of the comments of I think the second episode, so I said, I'm Attorney Trixie Cruz Angeles, former press secretary in the Marcos administration. And sabi, how dare you call yourself the press secretary? You were never press secretary. Ganun siya. Nagwawala. Until, syempre, the DDS comes to the rescue and says, very pithy, say, it's like, tama ka ba? But for me, that was very, very interesting. Thank you, Sir Paul. O, yung doming padalo. Pag nakatabi niyo si BBM, kuhanan niyo ng buhok, sabi ni Boss M. So what am I going to do? Sabunutan ko siya? Or maybe, I'll wait for his hairdresser to brush his hair and then just steal hair from his brush. But although, yes, we can do a hair follicle test that way, you're going to have to prove the chain of evidence and, they might contest that. So it's better na official. Hi kay Terry out. She's watching from Germany. Sabi ni Tonyo Vlogs, baka accidentally niyo ako na-block sa TikTok. What was the last thing you said? Baka hindi ako. I remember I have administrators. What did you say? If any, if any. Bakit wala yatang napagalitan dahil nagkamali ang B na nahuli si Saldico? Usually may binabalingan na mag-resign pag may sabit ang palasyo. Because it was the president. So what are we going to do? Fire the president? I mean, we could. Pero baka yung boss niya hindi siya ma-fire. Tito Galyamit says, feeling ko yung issue with VP, gusto nila may hype talaga para hindi pag-usapan ang malawakang flood control issue. Kaya feeling ko dadalhin talaga sila sa Senado. I disagree. Yung purpose ng flood control, BBM brought that up as a communication strategy para may masabing accomplishment sila. It got out of control. Suddenly, ayan, naglabasan na. Yung a few of the NBI officials did make serious investigations and they were shocked that, at the temerity of these officials to actually do their jobs, diba? So, it's not a distraction. The VP's impeachment is not a distraction. Let's not kid ourselves about that. Why would you say it's a distraction when this is what they have wanted to do from the start? They want to get rid of her. They want to diminish her capability of winning in 2028. They live for this because she is the person they fear the most. No, this impeachment is not a distraction from flood control. Flood control is another issue altogether. Hindi ba pwedeng all of these are true and they are not distractions of each other? Why do we keep saying it's a distraction? It's a distraction. You're diminishing the importance of all of these things. That there are many important things that come up, then many times they're not even related to each other, and no, they're not intended to distract us from anything. If anything, it possibly confuses us at the number or the amount, the temerity of this administration to keep piling wrong on wrong on wrong. No, it is not a distraction. I'm sorry. I will have to vehemently disagree because they have been wanting to remove her, and impeachment is just the only way to go. Let's not diminish this massive wrong that they're trying to do here. The VP is the highest official with the highest number of votes, bar none, in the history of this country. Removing her is what they live for. Okay, next. Ano pong instance na talagang i-decided not to support BBM admin anymore? No, it wasn't one instance. It was instance after piling up on each other. It started with my suspicion about the lack of interest in fixing agriculture. Grabe, food, most basic. Did not see that anything serious was being done for that. And the president was the sitting secretary. How many times did he go to the Department of Agriculture? Diba? We were lucky if he went to the office in the DA twice in the entire time that he was secretary. If BBM did not mention his flood control projects, did you believe na hindi ito magli-leak? It would not have leaked at all. Because that's how they were operating that whole mess. Look at the billions that not the mid-level officials in the Department of Public Works and Highways was raking in. Sabi ni Ma'am Peachy, PCO is for the nth time attempting to recover from the brouhaha of their boss's fake news. It's too late to name a Czech official as the source of BBM's broken news on Zaldico. They've run out of tales. Sayang pinapasweldo natin sa mga yan. You know, the funny thing is that he even met with the ambassadors of the Czech Republic and France, and they had nothing. That's interesting. Sabi ni Ma'am Janice, if we can't use the hair legally for hair follicle test, maybe we can use it pang kulam. Much better suggestion. I agree. Sabi ni Elenita, Kaya ako di basta-basta nag-share unless coming from you or other trusted bloggers. Nag-check muna ako kung na-post ninyo, then that's the time I shared. So, by the way, it would be safer for everybody to share. Don't screen grab, share. That way, because pag sharing, especially if you don't add a comment, pag sharing, you will have no criminal liability if ever it becomes fake news under Article 154. Okay? So, I encourage people, share, don't screen grab. Or minimize lang the screen grab. Parang, kasi minsan it's more difficult. Hi, Sir Glenn. Sabi niya, you're more beautiful this morning. Ayan na, nag-umpisa na po ang fake news. Loko lang. Thank you very much. Sabi ni Lemony Snicket, kulam, now we sound desperate, which I would agree with too. Well, ako, even if we weren't desperate, I'd still go for that. It might be easier. Sabi ni, don't dream it's over. Blessed si VP sa mga taong nakapaligid at sumusuporta. Sabi ni Puchiko, hinuli ng NBI si Jason dahil sa maling pagpapahayag tungkol sa kalusugan ni BBM. Fake news daw eh. Eh bakit mismong si Auntie Claire fake news din? Yeah. Ma'am Laila, HCV says, it's frustrating to see how incompetent NBI is now. Not all. It is as if they lose critical thinking, especially Director Matibag. Nakakatanga ng nakakahiyang president natin, sabi ni Pepper Potts. As if he can compel the ambassadors of France and Czech Republic for info about Saldico. Or even, you know, did he or did he not apply for asylum in France? Sabi ni Noel, just 15, you're really pushing this, okay? Sige, let's deal with this. Sabi niya, just 15 hours ago on your show entitled The Swaps, VP Sara Defense Break Silence, you mentioned again the same info and it makes me sad as a fan to hear from you associating with this current admin. What can I do? Unang-una, the show is entitled The Spokes, which sets the character. Lahat po kami either naging spokes o naging press secretary. These are unassailable facts. What do you mean associating with this current admin? Are you implying na nagdumidikit pa ako, na ginagamit ko yon to para umangat ako? Bakit mo pinipilit ito? Nalulungkot ka kasi sinasabi ko yon. Anong gusto mo? Maglay ako? Anong gusto mo? Tumigil ako? Ano talaga ang gusto mo dito? Kasi hindi ko talaga mabibigay na palitan ko yung intro. Unang-una, nasa script yun. Pangalawa, yan nga po yung justification kung bakit ang show namin ay entitled The Spokes. Diba? Ewan ko kung ano ang magagawa ko para humupa yung nararamdaman mong kalungkutan. Pero mukhang out of my control na po yan. Yan po yung script, yan po yung programa. Hindi po kayo required na manood. Pasensya na. Kung ikinalulungkot niyo po yun, wala tayong magagawa sa ganyan. Yan po ang programa. Pasensya na. You know, some truths are inconvenient for you and I am sorry for that. But that is an unassailable fact. Kayo naman po yung nag-a-attach ng meaning dun eh. 'Di ba? Kayo yung nalulungkot, kayo yung nasasaktan. Eh anong gagawin ko? Eh doon naman ako naging kalihim. Sabi ni user, I think it says a lot po na nag-resign kayo. Padayon lang po. Oh, I didn't just resign. They were telling me, we can put you somewhere else, ganyan. I refused that. I cannot ignore it kasi parang pinalalabas ng taong ito na sinasabi ko na kalihim ako ng Administrasyong Marcos as if dinidikit ko yung pangalan ko para umangat ang sarili ko. Tama ba yon? Tama ba yung insinuation na sinasabi ko pa yon? For what? Anong gusto ninyo? Palitan ko yung buong programa ko. Anong hinahanap natin dito? Na kailangan pang iulit-ulit yung katanungan na explain na. 'Di ba? Hindi ko naiintindihan itong bahagi na ito. Nalulungkot ka na sinasabi kong nasa Marcos administration ako dati. Pag itinala ang kasaysayan, ako nga talaga ang unang kalihim ng press. Pero sinasabi nga, thank you Ma'am Amy, na ano, 'di ba, na former. At pag itinala ang kasaysayan, maliwanag nag-resign ako. Kasi nga may nakikialam na non-government official. Pag itinala ang kasaysayan, malalagay din doon. Inofera naman nila ako ng ibang posisyon. Intay-intayin ko lang daw. Humingi pa sila ng mga recommendations. Nung una, nagsusulat pa ako. Pagkatapos, nung may mga tawag na later on, anong sinabi ko? Hindi na. Kung gusto ko ng power, I could have negotiated for that. Kung gusto kong ma-associate with the Marcos administration, I could have negotiated for that. I cannot stop you from thinking the way that you do, but I can correct your misimpression. Nagsiselos siya dahil inaangkin ka na niya na DDS. Well, hindi ko rin naman madideny yun eh. Kaibigan ko si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Kaibigan ko ang mga anak niya. Hindi kami close. At hindi ako makaka-claim na influential ako sa kanila. Hindi talaga. Pero that's it. Anong gusto niyang gawin? Anong gusto ninyo sa akin na maaari naming i-correct? Bakit ko sinasabi na nandun ako sa former press secretary of the Marcos administration? Anong pakilala ko sa sarili ko? Ang programa, The Spokes. At lahat, with the exception of Governor Ben Evardoni, or I think there was a time that he was acting spokes for somebody, I'm not sure. But everyone there was a former spokesperson. Si Attorney Barry, kay Vice President Leni Robredo, o si Kong Nani, si Ma'am Relly, kay Gloria Arroyo. So, yeah, let's deal with it. Let's talk about this. You want to talk about this? You will not like what I'm going to say. Di ba? You probably don't. Sabi ni Kat Javier, okay lang po, umalis ka sa kampo ni BBM tapos sila. Not just. Tapos probably the nicest thing you can say about this administration.